want to move it. We want to get it on. We want to move it. We want to touch it all. We want to move it. We want to get it on. We want to move it. We want to touch it all.
Good morning everybody, hello, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Abroad Yorkshire. Now I'm going to fetch you something a little bit different today. As you can see, I'm sat in Motorhome and I was asked by one of the subscribers, it was actually Noel, who you've probably seen in one of other videos, one of the subscribers came out to Benidorm to meet us, fantastic, and he says to me, would it be possible for me to do an update to all the other videos that I've already done as regards the upgrades that we've done to the motorhome, especially the ones that we wouldn't be without when we're travelling from the UK down to Benidorm into Spain and throughout Europe. So I thought that's a great idea, so that's what I'm going to do. So if you've seen any of the other videos, you're probably wondering how they're getting on. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. Some really good stuff, some of the stuff you could probably do without, but one or two of these little gadgets, shall we say, I really would recommend. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the probably the most expensive upgrade that we had. You don't necessarily need it, but we have found that it's absolutely fantastic and it's been a lifesaver on many occasions. That's the full VB air suspension. Now we had that in done at A&E Leisure over at Northwich over a year ago now, and it's been absolutely brilliant. So we had the full VB put on, 4 corners, and it's been absolutely brilliant. It's got the self-leveling, so I press a button, it self-levels. It's got off-road mode, which has been brilliant to save underneath, especially on the Swift models, the pipes, the waste pipes and the water pipes, because there's been horror stories about them getting ripped off, pulled off because they're so close to the ground. I just press a button, it raises everything up, front and rear, and it's been absolutely brilliant. So the VB full air suspension, that's number one that we had done, and it's been absolutely brilliant. It's not essential, but it makes a massive difference. There's no rocking and rolling when you're going past vehicles and things like that. Absolutely amazing piece of kit. Second one, another little upgrade we had done was we had a mattress by Mattress Made, and loads of van lifers and YouTubers and motorhomers have had a mattress made, and we had the same done. The mattress that came with the vehicle were alright, but they're not the thickest, you know what I mean, and I suffer with a little bit of a bad back, and so does Mrs. Yorkshire after her operations and what have you. So we had one of those done, made and custom made to fit absolutely perfect, and that's been absolutely fantastic. So that's the second one, and I'll put all the links in the descriptions to each and every one of these if you're wanting any. But yeah, Mattress Made, that's absolutely brilliant. The other one is we made some slight adjustments on the inside, so disability living adjustments, if you like. So in the Swifts you get the fold down table, the massive table. It just takes loads of living room space up, and it's really difficult to get past, especially when Bonnie's in, because Bonnie's a Rottweiler. She likes to lay right where you need to walk, so it was making things difficult. So I took the table out. Really easy, 5-minute job, few bolts, unplugged it and covered the floor where the hole is, and job is a good one. So we've put in its place 2 small tables, one at either side, and they've been brilliant. And right at the back, in the 794, if you've got the 794, it's sort of split into 3 areas. So you've got your living area, you have your toilet and bathroom area, and then you have your bedroom area. And now between the bathroom and the bedroom, you have another wall and a door, and we never used it, so I just took that out. Really 5-minute job basically, and I got all these ideas from Lee and Jodie over in Lice for Touring. So I'll leave a link to their video that they did, because I spoke to Lee and he says just do it, it's really easy, and he taught me through it, and it was really easy. A few minutes, everything was out. It's just opened that area up so much. In fact, the whole motorhome's opened up really well. So thanks to Lee and Jodie for them ideas, and for all the help and give me and the telephone help. I will put a link to the description, in the description of Lee's video, because he talks about it in a couple of videos, and absolutely brilliant. So if you've got a 794, and you're wanting to just open that bedroom space up, because what you find is your mattress tends to come up and it just cuts that space out for walking around the bed. You can take them walls out, and we've just kept ours and they just fit back in place, no problem. There's no structural issues, they're not connected to anything, they're not holding anything up, they're just sat there basically. So you take them out, it just opens absolutely everything up. Fantastic, absolutely brilliant. The next one is the Bluetti. We've got in the back, so we had the power upgrade. Now I've had the Bluetti quite a while, so I've got a Bluetti AC 300 and absolutely brilliant piece of kit. I was stuck between having the Bluetti or doing a full lithium upgrade, and it turned out probably a lot cheaper to have the Bluetti done and upgrade the lithium leisure battery. So I've got them separate, so I've still got the lithium leisure battery, upgraded from the lead acid. On the Swift system, you can tell it that it's a lithium battery, and it changed it all over. So I spoke to Swift and they said, yeah, just change it over to lithium and it will charge it, you'll be absolutely fine. On top of that, I've got a Victron charger that'll charge it while I'm driving as well, and also another Victron charger that I'm put into my Bluetti to charge it from the mains, if you like, and my Bluetti will charge everything up if it's all flat or low and things like that. Absolutely brilliant. So my Bluetti, I've now got 3 batteries. I've got a B300 that came with the original Bluetti and 2 BK300s, and that gives me what, 3, 6, 9, about 9,000, just short of 9,000 watt hours altogether. And what I've done is I've run a cable from the Bluetti down along the chassis and terminated that next to my, or just underneath the chassis, next to the hookup cable. So I've now got a little hookup cable about this long that I hook up into it, and that powers it. So the Bluetti will power the motorhome wherever we are, as though we're on full 240 grid. Now, I chose the Bluetti because you can turn the amperage up and down. So if you didn't know, amps, they're actually drawn, they're not pushed. So if you've got a 13 amp fuse, for example, that's the amount of power, the maximum power it'll draw. Does that make sense? So for example, if you're on a French Air and it's 6 amps and your system is hooked up to that, your system's probably 13 amps, it's going to try and draw 13 amps. As soon as you put your kettle on, it's going to trip that little switch out. So yeah, you've ever had that? So when you turn your kettle on, or your microwave and your kettle, or your microwave and your air fryer and your kettle, it'll just trip out straight away, and you're having to go outside and trip it, switch it all on, because it's trying to draw 13 amps and the system will only deliver 6 amps. Does that make sense? So on the Bluetti, you can turn it up and down to anything you want. So I will turn it on French Airs, I'll turn mine down to 5 amps. So the maximum draw my Bluetti will draw from the system is 5 amps, but it will still deliver up to 16 amps if I want, you know what I mean, or 32 amps, whatever I want it to deliver and tell it to deliver. So it's absolutely fantastic. So I just leave mine on 13 amps to deliver, and it just thinks it's hooked up to the mains in the house, and absolutely fantastic. So yeah, Bluetti AC 300, that's how I get all my power. Now we found when we were in Spain, and it were in France, sorry, and it was 40 odd degrees, we found that on full whack our air conditioning, it'd last 6 to 8 hours, so we had to be very careful. In Spain now the temperature's dropped a bit, it'll last 10-12 hours on full whack on the air conditioning, so that's absolutely brilliant. If we're not using air conditioning, it'll last 3 days, 4 days, absolutely brilliant, without doing anything. We can use the air fryer, we can use the microwave, yeah, you know what I mean, coffee machine, it'll last 3 or 4 days easily. So that's it, absolutely fantastic. How do we charge that up? We've charged that up with we've got 2 lots of solar. So on that you get 2 strings of solar. So on the roof of the motorhome, because they're configured with all the roof lights and the windows, it was really difficult to find any suitable solar panels. So we went for the Renogy Shadowflux 120 watt solar panels. We managed to get 4 of those on, so that's 480 watts on the roof, absolutely fantastic. Run them in parallel. That comes into the first string, and jobs are good. And on the second string, I've got a foldable PV350 from Bluetti, like a portable solar panel. So I just plug that in and move that round wherever the sun is during the day as well. So that's absolutely brilliant. You know what I mean? So we get a little bit of solar, not enough. But we restricted. I mean, it will take a heck of a lot more solar power, but we can plug it in as well if need be. So if we're on site and it gets down to 20-30%, what have you, we can plug it in and it'll just boost it all up back up from the grid as well, which is absolutely brilliant. So that's that. Absolutely brilliant. The next one I want to talk about is a SOG system. I installed a SOG system. It was one of the first things I put on, and it's brilliant, especially in Spain. With the heat, the smells, as you probably know, from the loo, no matter which chemical we use, whether it's blue, whether it's green, whether it's any Sol Bio or anything, you're still going to get the smells coming through into the toilet when you open your flap. The SOG system draws it all out. It's absolutely, you don't get any smells coming into your motorhome whatsoever. Absolutely brilliant piece of kit. All it does, it's a little mini fan. It pulls it out. As soon as you open your flap, it turns a little fan on. It draws the air down and out, and it just takes all the smells away. You've got little carbon filters in there which you can replace, and they are absolutely brilliant. So the SOG system, well recommended. Absolutely fantastic. The next one I want to talk about, which has been a fantastic piece of kit. I say fantastic, I should say fantastic. It's the sunshade. The sunshade. Now, this was sent to me by one of my subscribers, absolutely free of charge. He didn't want any advertising or anything like that. He did it as a favour because he watches the channel, and that is from Fantastic down in on the Gold Coast in Australia. Lloyd Gaunt. Hey up, Lloyd. Absolutely fantastic piece of kit. Now, this is brilliant. Now, I've got one that I bought a couple of years back, and it fits all right. It's just a plain black one, and it's brilliant. But Lloyd says, here, why don't you have this one? And he's made it, mate. As you can see in all photos, it's absolutely brilliant. You can have these made to anything you want, and Lloyd will do it, and he'll print it out and they'll send them to you. So no matter where you are in the world, Lloyd will send them out to you. Absolutely fantastic, and the delivery is really quick. I was surprised it came in just a few days, all the way from the other side of the world. Absolutely brilliant. I would highly recommend these. I'll put all the details for Lloyd and Fantastic in the description, as well as here right now. Brilliant. Get in touch with Lloyd and he'll work with you and get you all your design. Absolutely fantastic, and absolutely have anything on there you want, and really recommended. It lets the light come through, it lets the sun come through without the heat, and it lets the breeze, so it's sort of perforated, so it still lets the breeze come through as well, so you're not like totally blocked off and keeping the heat in. Absolutely brilliant piece of kit. Now, when you go, it'll help you. You have to measure up. All you'll do is you'll measure from the top to the bottom and tell them the height and the width. That's all they need. Now, I made mine slightly wider because I like mine at an angle. Right, you can have it down so it comes down to the legs on your awning, if you like. But I had mine made slightly longer, maybe a foot longer, so it's at an angle. Because that way, then we can use that little bit between the legs and the shade as a little bit of a garage. You know what I mean? So we put the bike in there, and we put the Leslie's scooter in there, Mrs. Yorkshire's mobility scooter in there. And it's out of the way and it's still in the shade, but it's not taking any of your awning up. Does that make sense to you? So yeah, Fantastic, absolutely essential piece of kit. If you're coming away to anywhere hot, especially into Europe and Spain, really would recommend you get one of these, because they give you the privacy as well. Absolutely brilliant, really good. Which fetches me on to the next piece that everybody's asking about. I've had loads of comments saying, how is your fridge vent? Now, I put on, if you've not seen the video, it's this one here. I installed a twin Titan fridge vent fan. Absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I installed it all, and I was going to put a third fan on there, and I didn't. I thought I'm going to try it on the Titan on its own, and I'm going to see how it's gone. So this is what I've done. I'm going to show you now. I'm going to take camera and show you. 32 degrees outside today, 32 degrees. So I'm going to spin you around. Temperature setting number 3, and it's down to cold. Absolutely brilliant. If I put it up onto number 4, let's have a look what's going to do to number 4. Temperature optimal. Can you see that? Absolutely brilliant. And I'll show you where it's going. Out here are the fans, and all it's doing is these fans are here. Can you see that? These fans are here and here. It's just drawing warm air. If I put my hand out, it's drawing warm air out, and it's absolutely brilliant. Now, I made a discovery with these. I'll just show you inside the cupboard from before. Get rid of my bag of crisps. I'll show you in here. Look, I'll turn my little light on. As you can see there, look, the control panel, you can either have it on automatic or manual. I'll leave mine on manual. Now, I made a mistake of, it's hot, so I'm going to have it on full. And it works opposite to what you think. So as you can see there, there's 3 lights on. So that's on speed number 3, and I just leave it on speed number 3. If you put it on number 5, so it's on full, it actually does the opposite effect to what you think. So that is drawing heat across, or drawing air across the heat exchanger at the moment. Do you know what I mean? So if you put it on too high, it draws too much of the heat out. So it sort of sends it the other way. Does that make sense? So you're drawing too much of the heat out. It actually raises the temperature of the fridge. So my recommendations is either leave it on automatic or just leave it on number 3. If you're parked up and you're on your site for your holidays, for example, leave it on number 3 and it'll take your temperatures down, as you've seen. Absolutely perfect. That's been an essential piece of kit. If you're coming away and you haven't got a compressor fridge, you've got your absorption fridge in your motorhome, absolutely essential piece of kit, because it really does make a difference. So yeah, Titan, Titan got in touch with me when I did the other video, and they've asked me to do a review of one of their other products, and I'll be doing that when I get back to the UK. There's another fan I'm going to be reviewing. It's a big fan, it's a portable fan, and I'll tell you a bit more about that, but it looks really exciting little piece of kit, and I'll tell you about that when we get back to the UK and it's delivered, and job is a good one. So that is that. So another question I get asked quite a lot is the e-bike or the e-scooter, which do I prefer? Last year you've probably seen I fetched the scooter. We had Scootergate when I forgot my charger, and it cost me all sorts of problems, but we sorted it in the end. And then this year I've fetched the bike, and it's a great bike. It's a really good bike. Both have their advantages and disadvantages. So for example, the bike, obviously it's more pedal power, more exercise, so you're having to use your own power as well as the old pedal power, if you like, unless you make it illegal and you've got a rev and go on there, which I wouldn't advise whatsoever. I really wouldn't, because they are illegal. Don't do it. Just stick with it as you do. I mean, mine, it's brilliant. I just stick it in either tour, and then when I come to an hill, stick it in turbo, and it's easy. The battery lasts for ages. It's no effort whatsoever, so it's good. But like I say, it's pedal power, you know what I mean. The e-scooter, much easier, I think. Benidorm, for example, it's geared up. It really is geared up for e-scooters and bicycles. They've got their own lanes everywhere you go. Absolutely fantastic. I think the scooter's better because, like I say, you press your button, off you go. Job is a good one. More compact, more small, easier, and that's it. They've both got their advantages and disadvantages in the fact that, like I said, the bike, you have to pedal. E-scooters, you need your insurance. Now, because e-scooters are not legal in the UK, insurance is very difficult to get, but you can get online policies, which I've got through a company in the UK that cover you for Europe. Does that make sense? And it's a subsidiary to Ripe. Okay, so Ripe Insurance, they do motorhomes and things like that. One of their subsidiaries, if you go on the Ripe website, they'll send you to their subsidiary, and they do specific e-scooter and e-bike and e-mobility scooter cover for Europe. Now, if you're in Europe and if you're in Benidorm, you really need it now, because it's an essential part. It's a legality, so you've got to carry your paperwork or carry it on your phone and things like that. So you do need it. It's required. It's a legal requirement. So if you are coming on your scooter, into Benidorm, it is a legal requirement, and from next year it's also going to be a legal requirement all over Spain, so it's getting upgraded. So anywhere in Spain, if you're using your e-scooter from next year, you're going to need your insurance. So you've got your yin and your yang, you've got to have your insurance, or you've got to pedal. It's up to you. Personally, for £3-4 a month for your insurance, next year I think I'd fetch the scooter, because it's easier, it's more compact, and it's just easy to use and ride. Alright, job is a good one. Finally, boys and girls, finally, my main one. Now, I want to talk about this. I've made some notes on my iPad. I'm going to have to go through these for you. Now, this is a brilliant piece of kit. I had a problem last 3-4 months ago. Before we came away, I had a problem in the Fiats, and if you've got a Fiat, or especially the new Fiats, you've probably got the same or experienced the same with the oil level. Now, there's no dipstick on the Fiat. There's no dipstick on the new Fiat, so you'll just get an oil light. I mean, you can flick through the menu, it'll tell you your oil's low, high or low, but it's not very accurate. Like mine, it was saying it were half. And then the next minute it was saying it were empty, and then it was saying it's full. So it's really, really difficult to gauge. And my oil light came on, so I put a little bit of oil in, and it just stayed on, and it stayed on, and it stayed on. In the end, I ended up having to take it to Fiat, and they said, "Oh yeah, it's just well known because it were under warranty." They actually took it in, and they just changed my oil for me. They didn't charge me anything. That was at Fiat Professional in Worksop, so thank you very much for that. And they did it all free of charge, and they reset all the light free of charge, and it was absolutely brilliant. So I mean, a lot of people say Fiat are not very good, but my experience with Fiat Professional, especially the Worksop branch, have been absolutely brilliant. So they did me that, and it absolutely brilliant. But I said to Mrs. Yorkshire at the time, I could have done with an OBD reader, just to reset the light myself, or see if there were any real problems. Now, I was going to go and buy one. I saw Steve Radford, he's got one on their website and on his YouTube channel. And I was going to go and get one. And I got an email while I'd just pulled up on this site in Benidorm, and I got an email from a company called Kingbolen. And they said, would you like to test one of our products? And you know me, unless it's going to be any good to you guys, I'm usually saying, oh, you know, well, what is it? And they've sent me, they've actually sent it me this. It's an OBD reader. So I thought, oh, bang on, I want one of these. I'm actually looking for this. So I said, yeah, but my problem is, I'm not back in the UK until November, because we're on as holidays in Spain. They said, no problem, we'll send it to you wherever you're staying in Spain. So I went to the reception here on my campsite, and I said, is it okay to have parcel delivery here? They said, yeah. They gave me the full address. So I sent it over to Zoe at Kingbolen, and she says, no problem, I'll have it sent through Amazon, we'll have it to you in a couple of days. Hey presto, next day it were here in Spain. Absolutely fantastic. So delivery from and communication from Kingbolen, absolutely fantastic. Now this, I'm really surprised at this, because I said to Zoe, I says, does it work with the Fiat from 2021 onwards, because they've got a security lock on there and you can't read them normally? And she says, yes, it will work, guaranteed it will work. And I was a little bit sceptical, so I thought, oh, well, I'll give it a try. And I says, I'll look at it, but I can't review it if it doesn't work. It works. So I'm going to show you this, and I took some pictures, some screenshots as I was setting up, so I'm going to talk you through the pictures and what I did, but I'm going to show you this little product. Absolutely fantastic piece of kit. This, boys and girls, I would highly recommend. If you've got a Fiat from 2021, you know, the new Fiat 2021, 2022 onwards, absolutely fantastic. It gets past the block, and it will undo and override any of the any error messages you've got. This is fantastic. So this is how it came. It came like that. I might have to blur that out in case it's got my name and address on. But that's how it came to the website. Inside, little OBD reader package. You get a serial number on there. You get your box number. You get absolutely everything on here. It's fantastic on it, and I'm not just saying this, boys and girls, this really is fantastic piece of kit. Comes in its own little hard case here. Comes with a little mobile hard case. I'm keeping it in there. Okay, I'm going to unzip this and show you. I hope you can see this. And this, I've got to show you this because this is absolutely brilliant. Inside the case you get your little OBD reader, and this is a Bluetooth OBD reader, and it's got a little bit of weight to it, so you know it's built really well. And that comes in your case, like I said, and that's just all nice and safe. Absolutely fantastic. And all you do is you download the app. It's the little here, look, I'll show you the instructions that come with it as well, if I can get it out. It says, and it comes with a little multi-language package of instructions, and all you do is you open that up, you scan on there, and it'll take you to the website, not to the website, to the Apple Store or to the Google Store, whatever it is. Download their app that goes with it, and it sets all up. Absolutely brilliant, really good. I'm going to take you through these photos now. So the first one you're going to see is this one here, and it's just taking you to a QR code, and all you do is you click on that QR code, it takes you to it, and you can download the app. It'll take a couple of minutes. Absolutely brilliant. And then, as you can see, its second picture here, all you do is you accept your agreements like you do in any other app. Accept that and click on continue, and then it takes you to another page where you can register and log in. Alright, so all you do, you enter your email, create a nice password, as you know, nice and safe password, and job is a proverbial good 'un. Once you've done that and you've registered, they then send you a verification code to your email. So all you'll do, as you can see here, it asks for your verification code. Go to your email, it'll give you your six-figure code. You enter that, and then your account is then registered. All right, as you can see, it will then show you from this picture number 6 that your account's now registered. And it'll ask you in the next one to activate the OBD reader itself. So you don't have to plug it in at this stage. So as you can see, all it'll do, once it's activated, once it's registered, it'll come up on your screen, on your app. Do you want to register it and activate it? You just click yes, and you just activate it, and it's then ready to use. So it'll read it, and you'll go through the prompts, and it's ready to rock and roll. All right, absolutely fantastic. Then it'll then come up, once it's done, it'll come up with 3 pages, you know, it's like easy instructions. This is what to do. Just skip through them. You don't really need to read them. You can just skip through them, or you can read them and follow them if you like. I just click next 3 times for the 3 pages. Picture number 10 will then take you to a Bluetooth connection, so you can plug it in to your OBD port on your vehicle, and it'll take you to a Bluetooth connection. It'll then connect from the port to your phone via Bluetooth. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so once it's done that, it'll automatically then download any updates it needs for the not for your van, but for the actual reader, or for the software itself on your phone. It'll download all the updates, ready to rock and roll. Absolutely brilliant. The next one, it'll come up once it's done that. It'll let you automatically scan and things like that. Once it's done that, it'll automatically scan for your VIN number. All right, it'll scroll through it and try and find your VIN number. If it doesn't pick it up, which it should do, it allows you to put it in manually as well, but it'll scan through it, it'll pick it up. Once it's picked your VIN number up, it'll recognise what your vehicle is, everything about it, and job is a good one. So that's really good. After that, it'll show you everything about it. I'm not going to show you that picture, obviously, because it's going to show you my VIN number and everything about my vehicle. So I'm not going to show you that picture, obviously. And then it'll come to the next one, which will be diagnosis. You can click on diagnose, and then it'll just start reading absolutely everything that you want to do. This is just for the first time you use it. All right, absolutely brilliant. It'll show you then this picture here, which is a security gateway. So it's just showing you that it's got a Fiat security gateway. Now, if you're from the USA, Mexico or Canada, you can log into the security gateway if you're a Fiat technician. Okay, if you're not in the USA, Mexico or Canada, if you're in Europe or Australia, for example, just click no, and it'll bypass that. and happy days. All right, it'll then give you these 3 basic options. So your next options are: do you want a health report, do you want a system scan, or do you want a system selection? So you can go into the system and select anything specifically that you want to do. Now, because I know there's nothing wrong with my vehicle, everything is hunky-dory, because all the oil was changed, I've got no lights on, I've got no error messages, everything's absolutely fine. I just pressed health report. So with that, it went through absolutely everything and it delivered a health report. And at first I was, oh my goodness, I found 6 issues, but then I read what they are and they're absolutely nothing. So I chose the health report, it came up, and as you can see in this picture 20 and 21, it shows that I've got 6 issues that are body related, but no panic, it's because it's a motorhome conversion. So it's reading the van, it thinks it's the van, but obviously it's got an Alco chassis, so all the brakes are different, and all the suspension's different, and everything on there is because it's been upgraded and it's all been changed. So panic over, there's nothing wrong, it's just because it's gone to Fiat, from Fiat it's gone to Swift, they've done all the bits, they've put an Alco chassis on, done all the body upgrades and all the brake upgrades, and then it's gone to A&E and had all the suspension upgrades, so it's nothing to worry about. So in the end it asks you, do you want to clear them? But I chose no. I thought I'm not going to clear them because they're not causing any issues and I don't want to cause any further issues at all. If there were any issues, you can click on those issues, go into them individually, and you can clear them. It will clear the problems. So if, for example, the lights had come on, the oil, and it was saying the oil light's on, and I know I've just topped it up, would you like to clear the oil light? Clear it. If you went into limp mode for something or other, in an emergency, you need to get it moved, you're on the motorway or you're side of the road, you need to get to the next junction, clear it, take it out of limp mode, get it off the motorway, call for help. You know what I mean? If that makes sense to you. If you do get any major errors, obviously you do need to go and see the dealer and see what these are. Anything minor you can do, you know what I mean? If you get in, for example, DPF issues, just clear it, limp, get off, jobs are good, and you know what I mean? So it actually clears them. Now a lot of OBD readers that you get on the internet, even the expensive ones, they won't allow you to clear it, where this little baby, it does. It allows you to clear them. Now if it's a proper major fault, the fault's going to come back, of course it is, until you've been to Fiat or your dealer and had the repair done correctly and all done correctly and all removed correctly. But in an emergency situation, this little baby, absolutely essential, highly recommended. So those are my top things that I would bring and recommend if you go into, especially in the sun. My top 3 would be the shade, absolutely essential, the fridge fans, absolutely essential, and carrying one of these. I'll put a link in the description to the Kingbolen website, absolutely everything that you need. If you're looking for one of these, there are a few about. The Radfords had one, theirs didn't clear all the issues that they were had, because I know they've just had a load of issues in, I think they were in Croatia or something like that, and they had loads of issues, and theirs wouldn't clear the issues with this little baby. It does. Absolutely. Cheap as chips. Keep it, tuck it away in your driver's door, keep it out of the way. Absolutely brilliant piece of kit. So Kingbolen, it's called the Kingbolen E-Diag Elite. Highly recommended. Go and get one, peace of mind, and you know then you are absolutely fantastic. It's not only for Fiat, it's for any vehicle. Okay, it will diagnose any vehicle. Absolutely brilliant. So if you're looking for a little safety device, little OBD reader, Kingbolen E-Diag Elite, absolutely fantastic. So thank you to Zoe for sending me this. Highly recommended. Fantastic piece of kit. So those are my little updates, upgrades, and my essentials. All right, I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you got something out of it, and I hope you're going to get some of these upgrades done to your motorhome, especially the Kingbolen. I'll catch you in the next vlog. I'll see you later on. Thanks for watching. Ta-da!